today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did my makeup for my wedding day. I did do my own makeup, which was very high pressure, but I'm really glad that I did because I don't know if I would be super happy with someone else doing my makeup just because I'm very particular about it. So I am really glad that I did my own makeup. If you are doing your own makeup for your wedding day, I would just recommend practicing a few times before the actual day. I probably practiced this look 5 different times just to make sure I liked how everything looked. I also just want to let you guys know, I know a ton of people do their own makeup for their wedding to cut back on costs because makeup artists can be super expensive. I'll have a whole list of drugstore dupes for the products that I used in this video, just so if you are on a little bit of a budget, you can maybe find really good products that I use in this video but at the drugstore. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But before I start, I just have to show you guys one little thing. This is me and Marcus's new puppy. He's a golden retriever puppy. Say hello. Me and Marcus are gonna be doing a whole video about him on our channel. So make sure to go subscribe to me and Marcus's channel because he will be on there a lot. He will also be on here a lot. But I just want to show you guys him. Also, I made him an Instagram where he posts a lot. So make sure to go follow him over there. Okay, but that's not the point of this video. Let's just get into the wedding day makeup tutorial. On my wedding day, I knew I was gonna be using a lot of different eyeshadows. So the first thing I started off with was my eyes so that it didn't mess up my foundation. So I already primed my eyelids. I used the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I used 2 different palettes on my wedding day. I used my Makeup Geek Z palette that just has a ton of different Makeup Geek eyeshadows in it. And then I also used the Anastasia Renaissance palette. I knew that for this day, I wanted a very special makeup look, but I also didn't want my makeup to look way more dramatic than something that I would normally wear. So it was kind of like my simple everyday eyeshadow look, but just amped up a tiny bit. So the first eyeshadow I put down on my wedding day was the shade Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek. It's just a really nice neutral transition shade. Basically, this won't give you much color, but it will just make all your eyeshadows blend together way easier. And the brush that I used for this was a Morphe E27 blending brush. Okay, now that we have that down, it doesn't really look like anything, but trust me, it really does help everything else blend out. The next shade that I went in with was the shade Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, but again, I wanted a really diffused eyeshadow look. I didn't want anything to look unblended. I wanted everything to look very like blown out and natural and pretty. So it was really important to me to really build up my crease color. So I didn't just start out with a dark color because that can be when you tend to look unblended. I also put a little bit of Frappe, which is a really pretty kind of neutral brown color. I put that more on the outer part of the crease just to deepen up my transition a little bit. Also, a little tip for if you're doing your own makeup for your wedding day, I would say give yourself plenty of time. Probably give yourself double the time that you would think you need to do your makeup, just in case you mess up or something goes wrong. I just made sure to really take my time and blend everything out and make sure everything looked exactly how I wanted it. And I know if I was on a major time crunch, I would probably just mess up even more because I was so stressed out. So now that I have my transition pretty much done, I am gonna go in with the shade Vermeer from the Anastasia palette. So I actually just took this shade on my fingertip because I feel like that's how you get the most pigment out of eyeshadows sometimes. And I just put this on the inner part of my eyelid. And then with this little Real Techniques I don't even know what this brush is called, the base shadow brush, I took the shade Antique Bronze from the Anastasia palette and put that on my outer corner of my eye, kind of just right there. After you add that deep color in the corner, sometimes the inner corner color can get a little bit more dull. So I went back in with the same shimmery light color and I just re-put that on my eyelid. And then with a clean finger, I kind of just blended out the two to kind of make it more of a seamless transition, if you know what I'm saying. So it's not just like dark, light, it's kind of like dark light. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna take this clean MAC 217 brush and just blend out the edges, because if you can see, it's kind of like choppy, not so blended right there. So just blend, blend, blend. And then I took some liquid eyeliner and did a winged liner, which was the most pressured liquid eyeliner I've ever done, but it actually ended up turning out pretty good, so that was very happy. But I would say if you are not super comfortable doing a winged eyeliner, I definitely wouldn't try to do it for your wedding day, because winged eyeliner can just be so frustrating. But I used the Art & Cien Punker eyeliner, and it did stay on all day. It stayed on very well. Okay, winged eyeliner is on, and now I am gonna be applying my false eyelashes. I did wear these on my wedding day, and I also had eyelash extensions on. You're not really supposed to wear fake eyelashes when you have on eyelash extensions, but you gotta do what you gotta do on your wedding day. So I wore these. These are the Flutter lashes in the style Isabella. I love these lashes. I think that they were perfect for my wedding day. They are very dramatic, but also wispy at the same time. See how they're like very wispy and soft at the end? That makes them look way more natural and pretty on your eyes. I just love them. Okay, so now the lashes are on. They obviously look very dramatic right now because I don't have anything else on my face. But I am now gonna do my face so it won't look so weird. You guys already probably know I used this foundation for my wedding day. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, and I'm in the shade Warm Beige. I'm only in the shade Warm Beige when I'm self-tanned, which I am right now. That's why my face is way lighter than my neck. I get a lot of questions about my fake tan, and I use Loving Tan 2 Hour Express Mousse in the shade Dark. But I just applied it with my wet beauty blender and just put that all over. And I didn't use any more than I usually do because I feel like I didn't want to look cakey on my wedding day, you know? And luckily I didn't get any pimples before my wedding day, which I was very scared about because usually I break out before big events, but I didn't do it before my wedding, which I was very happy about. And this foundation really lasted the whole day. It looked great in pictures. I know this foundation doesn't work for some people, but if you are looking for a really, really nice foundation, I would definitely recommend going to Sephora and getting a sample of it because I love it so much. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, that I put on Benefit Professional Primer before this because this just hides all your pores, and I just love this primer, so I used that before I did this. Dang, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you that. And for concealer, I used Urban Decay's Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in the shade Light Neutral. I love this concealer. I think it's very beautiful. And then I took my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and I put some of that on my beauty blender, and I put that underneath my eyes. I put a little bit more than usual, but I don't know if I would consider this like baking, but I did put a little bit more than usual, just in the places that I get really oily. I also put some extra powder right underneath where I'm gonna be contouring, because this will just help to define it and help it to not get like super messy and like bronzer everywhere. And for bronzer, I used the Hoola Benefit bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's my all-time favorite, and I used it with this Japanesque little contour brush. So I put that right on top of where I put the powder, like right there. And when you're doing your bronzer or really anything on your face, just make sure you have a really light hand. Like I'm barely pressing the bristles against my skin, and that makes it blend way easier. If you're pressing really hard, that's when it can get like patchy and it just doesn't blend as well. It can be very tempting to do it really hard, but if you just do it really softly, the powder just blends much easier and in a more desirable way. And And then I took this big stippling brush. This one is from Sephora. It's the Pro Stippling Brush. And I just took the bronzer down my neck just to make sure everything is the same color. Also used this brush to clean away that extra powder and to blend out the bronzer. Then the blush that I used on my wedding day, it's kind of cheesy, but I used the blush called Blushing Bride by Tarte. It's just a really pretty, like neutral pink color. I just put some of that on my cheeks. It just gives your skin a really pretty rosy color. And then for my highlighter, I used Becca's Champagne Pop on a little highlighting brush. This color is so pretty. It looked amazing in pictures. All of Becca's highlighters are really amazing, so you can't really go wrong with any of them. And then always with highlighter, I kind of take my beauty blender and just kind of blend all around it. Good morning. Good morning. Say hello. Look at that smushy face. Oh, I love him so much. Now we just have to finish the eyebrows, underneath the eyes, and the lips, and we're done. What I do is I start out by lining underneath my eye, and then I just kind of go through and fill it in. And I use an angled brush and the Anastasia Soft Brown Eyebrow Powder. And I use the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set them in place. And the last thing for my eyes is I took a little bit of that shade Frappe that we first started with in the crease, and I ran that underneath my eyes to make everything look more put together. And I'm using Benefit Roller Lash for my lower lashes. My face is complete, and the last thing I have to show you guys is the lipstick that I wore for my wedding day. This was a hard choice for me because I love lipstick. I really wanted the perfect shade, and I just didn't really know what to wear. I didn't really want to wear a liquid lipstick because I just feel like they can kind of wear off in a weird way and they can just look not so flattering. So I decided to go with just some regular lipsticks that are tried and true that I love. So I used MAC's Whirl Lip Liner, which is just a really pretty mauve-y natural color. And then I also used MAC's Velvet Teddy and MAC's Cream in Your Coffee. Okay, so this is my completed wedding day makeup. This is exactly all the products and exactly how I did my makeup for my wedding day. And this makeup lasted all night and it was perfect. It looked beautiful in pictures. So if you are doing your makeup for your wedding day, then I would definitely suggest using some of these products. Also, I'll give you guys a little bit more of a close-up of like the eyes and everything. So here's what everything looks like. Ooh. And I really like this lip color too. I think it's very pretty. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But I will see you guys very soon. Bye!